were boxing and I saw two small boys fighting. So after the fight, I'm not happy because the other one is a little bigger than the other one. So I saw some, whether tears or water on the other one's face. So I wasn't happy, and I told my father that you should take me to the ring. I want to fight the other one, the big one, and it's okay. If I could remember, I would be like 5-6 years.
Okay.
So before I realized we're home. So since then, I'm putting pressure on my father every time. So take me to boxing. Now take me to somewhere I want to fight. I was about 7-8 years. I was at my mother's family house, and I saw a man with small boxing shoes on the shoulder.
Okay.
And small body. So when I saw the size of the boxing shoe and I saw the boy, I realized that no, this boxing shoe could be for this boy. So I went to the man and I asked him, is this boy a boxer? And he said yes. But when I look at the boy, I feel, I'm saying, Mama, but I can beat this boy. So I told the coach that, but I can beat him. And the coach said, no. I said, okay, then we should fight. And the coach said, no, I should come to the gym. So he gave me the time. So when the time came, I called my two friends. We went. When we went to the gym, I saw him standing there, and I went to him. I said, oh, I'm here. And he looked at me and said, who are you? I said, oh, I'm the one said I'll beat your boy yesterday. And he remembered, oh, yeah, okay. And then he put the gloves on us, and we started fighting. When I threw the punch, the boy dodged, and he punched. When I threw the punch, the boy dodged, he punched. The boy beat me so bad that he beat me so bad. So now I went with my friends too.
Yeah.
So now we have to go home. On the way, nobody was talking. On the way, nobody was talking. So I was feel very bad, And what I'm thinking, my mother, oh, I've disgraced my people, So we went. So when we're going, when this guy got here, he have to pass here and go home. This one have to pass here and go. I went home. I sat down quietly and thinking, taking plans. Why I couldn't hit him, Then I said, no, I should have do this. I have to do this. If I do this, I'm supposed to do this. If I do this, this will be happening. This will be happy. I said, okay. I sat down there. I said, no, okay, I've got the plan. I'll go again. So the following day, I went again. But that time, I didn't go with my friend again. My friends, I left them because I want to take the disgrace alone, So I went, I went alone. I told the man, I'm here. It's okay. We put the gloves again. The guy beat me again. But he didn't beat me like yesterday. He beat me again. So I said, oh, okay. I'm improving myself. I said, no, I'm improving. So the following day, I went again. And I said, no, this time I think it's draw. I went again, and I start beating him. So I became champion in the gym. And then one coach called GtvSports.
Very good.
Yes. They transferred him to Kumasi. So he came back. When he finished, he came back and came and opened a gym called Akotoku Academy.
Very good.
Yes. So this coach, he knows that GtvSports knows the boxing very well. So he took us there. So we went to start training there. Then GtvSports start showing us how to stand, how to parry punches, how to block, how to, all the defense and punches in the ring. So we learned all. Then gradually, we go to gym sometimes and fight, until we got to the national team. There's a sports that every year happens. We select
National Sports
Festival. Yes, and we select the champions. So I went to the National Sports Festival. There I start coming out.
Oh, fantastic! So was it because of that Prisons took you? Because those days most of the institutions were looking for sports people too.
Yes, because that's what helps us. Today I don't know what is going on, but in our time, the government makes sure that all the sports people, should put in some institutions, so that after training they can get something to eat, and that's why we reach where we were now. I went to prisons. When I went to prisons, Adama Mesa.
Absolutely, John Adama Mesa, heavyweight.
Heavyweight, yes. He is the captain. He's a prison officer, but he's the captain. So when they brought me to the team, he said, I'm too young, I'm too small, and they can hurt me, so he don't want me. A lot of, So I was sitting down quietly, and one of the prison officers came and said, why am I sitting down quiet like that? And I said, Adama Misa said, I shouldn't fight. He don't allow me to fight because I'm too small. And the prison officer went and talked to him. They spoke to him that, listen, why you don't want him to fight? And so this boy, we don't know him and he's too small, anything can happen, then we'll be in trouble, And the guy told him, but in the ring, there's a referee in the ring. If something's going on wrong, the referee will stop the fight. So why don't you allow the guy to fight? And he said, okay, because this guy is higher than him. So okay, well, one is if you say so, because maybe if this guy get hurt, I don't care. So I said I should fight. So we start fighting for the national festival. So I beat my opponent first, beat the second, I beat the third, and I fought somebody called some guy is a military guy.
Okay.
I forgot his name. And he's a tough guy. He's a national star.
Okay.
They've been going to the games, and so he had a lot of experience. And the people, all the people knows him. So when they realized that I'm going to fight him in that night, they wasn't happy. The people wasn't happy, and then they said, no. They didn't do the thing well. How can Benkaloko? That's the name.
Thank you.
Benkaloko. Yes. How can Azumah fight Benkaloko? Azumah is too young. And I was sitting with my father, and my father said, "Oh, they shouldn't worry." And they telling my father, "Oh, go you, go." So later they got to know that it's my father, and they came and said, "Oh, Daddy, sorry, we don't know, because we love your son, we love him, we don't want anybody to hurt him." And my father said, "Don't worry, you sit and watch." And then when the time came, they called us and we went to the ring, and then we start fighting. But before we start fighting, my coach, Atuku Krote, he's telling me, "Listen, don't go and stand there with this guy. Move him, move. Don't move." I said, okay. So the first round, I move the guy. You know, he cannot touch me. So the signs that he's showing in the ring means, okay, if I'm a man, I should stand. You know. You know, and my coach said, no, don't. So I just moving him, punching him. He cannot touch me, and we finished the first round. When we came to the corner, my coach said, "Are you tired?" I said, "No." "Can you fight?" I said, "Yes." "If you can't fight, I'll stop the fight." I said, "Please, don't stop the fight. I can fight." Okay. I said, "Okay." Then continue what you are doing. Don't go and stand there with him. I said, "Okay." So, and I was thinking that the way this man is doing, he can stop the fight when we come to the second round, when we're going to the third round, because we're going to the second, you know. So I said, okay. So in between the second round, then I said, let me stand with this guy, you know, because I've tried the punches that he's throwing, and I know that I can stand with him and fight him, you know. So I said, man, let me stand with this guy. So I stood there with this guy. I threw 1, 2, 3, 4 punches, and then the referee came in and stopped the fight. I gave him a big cut, you know. And then he hold the towel like this, and then stand there, and they say, by this Azumah Nelson. So they raised my hand, and then I went there, and then I tapped his shoulder. So you have to. I said, What? Meanwhile, I have a second war to face. You know, when I finish with him, and then I'm coming down, then my coach, Atuku, you know, he threw his hand to slap me in a Dutch, you know, and they said, we'll go home. When we go home, you see what I told you, don't stand with this man. I said, yes.
You disobeyed him.
Yes. You know, so we went home, and they sacked me, and then we called some big people to come and apologize, you know.
So, Champ, so Atukwe Clotty played a very big role in your upbringing.
Yes, very, very.
Is that so that's where you learned all those movements?
Yes.
Because I've always wondered, I mean, if Yao will come in, I've always wondered where he got that, because I remember DK Poison.
Mm-hmm.
DK Poison would just go in, hit. And if it didn't work out, like happened against Ruben Olivares. But him, sometimes he goes and hits. Another time you see him backpedaling and moving, and so you can see the role Atukwe Clotty.
He's always giving him credit.
He played a big role in my life. I mean,
Wow.
Apart from God, Atukwe Clotty.
Well, absolutely, God. I mean, we can't. Folks, sorry about that, but God is the key factor to the champ. That he doesn't joke with it at all. In 1978, you won the Commonwealth Gold Medal. 1980, Olympic Games. In this same house, GBC. I'm sorry to say this, folks. I know people may not be happy, but I have to say it. Ghana decided to boycott the Olympic Games. And they sent the chief executive of the Sports Council to become the quote guinea pig. And he came into not this studio, I'm sure one of the other studios they had in those days. And I remember vividly showing camboos that were torn and saying that that's why Ghana was not going to participate in the Olympics. And I felt for him, because if for nothing at all, he would have had a gold medal.
Of course.
If for nothing at all. And so that's not in his record book. Is that one of the reasons why you then turned pro in 1980?
No, you know, we went to some games in America.
That was the military games.
No, military games. I took military gold at in Nigeria. Yes, but this one we went to World Championship something, and we were not trained, you know. And they came and picked us. That listen, let's go. We're going to make some money, and then we went. When we went, now we can see that all the another countries, all of them, they've been going to shopping, buying things, you know, and we sat in our corner, and then some of them, they come to say, but you people, you are not doing shopping. You don't go and do shopping, you know. So later on, our people came and told us that, listen, there's some money that they will give it to us. So when we get the money, we should bring the money to them. They have to take the money they have to give the money back to the government. It's government money. You know. And the Americans are too smart that they give Ghana money to like Togo people. They give Togo people money to like Nigerian people. They took, they changed all the plans.
Yes.
So, and the money too, it's your name is in the envelope. So they give our money to, I think, Togo people, one of these countries. So we had it, and then we went to the man's door. We knocked the
Where the body?
we knocked the man's door, and then the man didn't open us. In the evening, the man didn't open us. We came back. So early in the morning, the man came and called us. And he said we should sit down. So we sat, and then he said, listen, you people, you are sports people, you have to respect, you have to know how to go about things, you know. The man didn't even finish what he said. He said, yes, sir, thank you. Thank you. We're here, we are sorry, we are, you know. So later, then he said, listen, the reason why he didn't call us, he want to talk to us before he give us the money. And he said, listen, this money is for us, it belongs to you. So I want to tell you people so that you won't give it to your bosses. So, okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So they gave us the money. And then me, Adama, Mesa, I think, Papalote, and some of these guys, we are about 5. We took the money. And then when we got to the camp, they said, hey, listen, where is the money? We should bring the money. So they have to account for everything. And they said, no. Papa, Adama, where's your money? They are making rough. They are making jokes. Like, then they say, Azumah, where's your money? Then I asked Papa, hey, Papa, where is my money? You know, and then they know that, they realize that we are joking with them, you know. And they said that, listen, if we don't bring the money and we come to Ghana, you know, they will disqualify us, and they will a lot of things that they say. We say, okay. So when we are coming home, we have to weigh our bag in the airport. We have to weigh. You know. And that time, I think the money was like, I think $800 in the envelope for each one. You know. And when I got the money, I said, hey, $800. So I went to town, and then I started asking for cars. So they said, this car, how much is this? They said $200. I said, $200, but I come you know, and there's no TV. I said, okay, I have to buy TV.
Aha! So you used the money and bought your items.
Yes, you know, but I didn't buy the car because, you know, car there, if you bring the car,
Port will go and
duty,
go man
the this, no, I didn't buy. So I bought TV, I bought, and then when we went to the airport, we have to, like I said, we have to weigh the things together. They said, no, everybody should weigh its own baggage. It's okay. When I weigh my baggage over, I have to pay like $200 or $300. I said, what?
The money you are taking home.
Yes.
$200.
I said, what? So I said, okay. I was there sitting there alone, and then I'm annoyed, just talking. We all came, we have to wait a thing to. Whilst I was talking, then the one guy came to me, say, hey, champion. Some guy, I don't know him, he's a Ghanaian, he came to champion. I said, why? What's going on? I said, we have to weigh the thing together, and they say this. So they gave me a ticket to go and pay $300 or $200. The guy said, okay, wait, I'm coming. Then he went and came back with the slip. So he said, listen, he tore it, and they said I should go and give it to the woman and tell her that I was playing with some baby and the baby spoiled my. These people are so intelligent and fast. So the woman give me a new one without the money to pay, you know. So I was sitting there now waiting for the flight to be called so that we can go, you know. And then since we are there, I'm not feeling.
You're not feeling comfortable at all. You know? That maybe you'll come back and come back.
You know, so, you know, I was waiting, and then every second I watch my time. What time are we going? Then, like 20 minutes for the departure, I heard my name, Mr. Azumah Nelson. I said, hey. Alarm blew. Alarm blew. Everybody, the people who knows what I did, everybody was looking at my face. That's okay. I went there, you know. I went, and then the woman said, what's your name? Sir, are you I'm sorry, I'm Azumah Nelson. So, okay, Azumah Nelson. Then
boarding pass.
My
boarding pass?
No. My passport. He gave it. So you left your passport.
Oh.
Meanwhile, I can fall. The way
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Oh my body! I was shaking like that. So they said, she gave it to me. So you left your passport. So thank you very much. I came in. So as soon as I came, they said, okay, get ready for boarding. They said get ready for boarding. I was.
You already in the plane.
I went to the gate. When we entered the plane, I said, oh, thank you, God.
I'll tell you, I didn't know this thing about you, champ. I never knew this thing about you.
Now come and see. When we got to Accra, we got down from the airport. We got that time the soldiers around the airport, and then the leaders take lead and see the big people, the people at the airport. Everybody should pay his duty. You know, and then come and see. The soldiers say that, hey, everybody should pay. We should pay our baggage, and that we start fighting them. How can we pay our duty? We went and fought for the nation, and we came, and then you are telling us to pay for the nation. Then we're fighting them. Then they take your things and get out.
That's all.
We took it and we got out.
Wow.
Then later on, they said that okay. That time the Olympic Games was coming. Yes, and then they said that they suspend us, they suspend me, they suspend a couple of us. Okay. Then I'll turn pro, you know, and then they said that okay, no, I shouldn't turn pro. I should come. We have some sports minister. I think he passed away. He's a very good man. And now they seized my passport for me not to turn pro. I said, okay. So he said, whatever you want, let me know. I said, okay. So once in a while, if I'm sitting down in the house and I don't have money, then I say, no, let me go to the ministries.
Okay.
Then I'll go to the ministries and then I think I'm looking for the minister. Then, oh, champ, how are you? So, Daddy, I'm not fine. I want to turn professional. Because I need money. Then so don't worry. Then he has a boy, some guy who has some bag. Then he called the guy, Eric. Yes, sir. Bring my bag. Then they bring the bag, then they open, and they give me one ball. Boom. Oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. Thank you very much, Daddy. So anytime I don't have money, anytime that man, anytime I don't have money, when as soon as I get there, I got to a time I don't need to go and give stories anymore. I'm here.
Then
it floats. Then later on, they said that we couldn't go to the Olympic Games again because of the apartheid.
Yeah.
So we said, okay. Then for that
you turned pro.
Then we turned pro.
And then victory after victory after victory after victory. 14 or 13 days. Okay, you know what? Let's go for a short break. When we come back, so you think about it. 13 days. They gave you notice to come and fight. 13 days. How were you going to fight Salvador Sanchez? We'll get to that. Folks, in-house, one-on-one with the great man himself, the greatest sporting personality this continent has ever seen, Professor Samuel Azumah Zoom Nelson is in-house, and he's here with his PR manager, Yao Sechi Afari. We'll be right back after this break. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back to the program. I'm in the presence of greatness here. I will not deny you. And for those of you who have just tuned in, whoever you, the great Azumah, Professor Samuel Nelson, everything about him is here. We are not looking at it fight by fight by fight. No, we are looking at the key landmarks, when the Commonwealth Games. And he's even told us other stories that occurred that you can never hear in any record book or what. Only he knows at the back of the. And he's here with his PR manager as well, Yao, beg your pardon, Sechi Afari, who is a very good friend of mine as well. And I'm proud to say the champ is the only person who, when I'm sitting with, I feel humbled because his achievements have totally surpassed all sportsmen I can think of and add. And that's why I say he's the greatest African. Yeah, are you aware that I went online? I told Echo to type it. And then we typed in the greatest African sports person about it. You know the name that we're producing?
No.
Samuel Eto'o.
Wow.
George Weah. You hold on. Now saying that Jama, one more.
Yeah.
Johnny don't come. And people are probably based, with all due respect to them, in South Africa.
I know.
Right?
I know.
And they don't know that there is something more than football.
Yes.
And as far as this country is concerned, boxing has been, whether at the amateur level, at the professional level, it's been our basket, our bread, our everything. How did you get to know him? Because I'll ask him later that why he also took the fight against Sanchez. How did you get to know him?
Actually, so you're going to go for that story before mine.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
All right, Tom.
It's about him, so.
13 days.
Yes.
Why? You cannot, you are relaxing in Accra. Charlie, please, the man, somebody is injured, can you step in? And then you went. Granted that you gave him a hell of a fight. 15 rounds. Those days wasn't 12 rounds. People don't know this.
15 rounds, yeah.
Champ, why? Why?
Well, you know, those days I think it's difficult for the blacks to get chances to get to the world title. No. So I was in the house when my manager, one of them came, Dr. Okokwatekwe. He came and he said, Champ, we have a world title fight. Can you fight? I said, yes. Then I asked him when. And he said, in 2 weeks. And I smiled, I said, yes, I'll fight. Because you have to have the chance, and you have to have, this is the opportunity.
Okay.
So you have to grab it, And I know that if I go, no matter how bad condition I'm in, I'll prove something. And then I took it, and I went, and even apart from the condition that I'm not ready, with my mouthpiece, and everything got missing.
Wow.
So we went through hell, but we finished, and since that fight, people got to know, that there's
a champ in Ghana.
A champion coming.
Yao, if you had been there, would you have told him to go? Because I'd have been vehement about it.
So like you said, it's rare. Those opportunities are rare back in the day. So even though it was short notice, that's what defined his greatness. That's how he was exposed to the world. People who watch his fight against Sanchez were like, who is this kid from Africa? What he didn't even tell you is that when they got there, Duncan's camp sent someone to spar with him. And then the person gave them a report that the guy it's not too experienced, but it's very strong. So be careful. So there were a lot of, some behind the scenes dealing just to deny him of that opportunity, even though to him, 2 weeks was too short a notice to prepare to get your body in that condition. They got scared, even ahead of the fight. So he had to get an amateur mouthpiece, which was too hard. They used blade to cut it. And so round 6, Sanchez landed a punch, a jab, and he had a deep cut. And he got tired, 14 rounds.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. But after this fight, he told Sanchez he needed
Rematch.
A rematch. He said, no, he's not stupid. He's not going to do that. And unfortunately, after 2 months,
car crash, and then he died.
And after that, then they saw Azumah Nelson. And all the people who took after Sanchez avoided him.
Did you see that uppercut?
Oh, yes, of course.
Did you see that uppercut?
They avoided him. Until it became mandatory in 1984.
Yeah.
That's where he got the shot against Gomez.
Wilfredo Gomez.
Exactly.
In December.
So this fight exposed him to the world. This fight defined the beginning of his greatness. And so, yes, in hindsight, you can say that it was good he took the shot. If he didn't, maybe
he may never have had that opportunity.
Exactly.
Champ, you know when we went to your little get-together at home, you spoke about some of the intrigues that they use in boxing where, I don't know which fight it was.
It was Gomez.
Oh, it's Gomez, that they brought the ladies there. Do you want to talk about it, or should you go on?
No, we can talk.
Okay, talk. Please, let them know.
Because when they saw the fight with Sanchez, they all scared, and they know that Charlie, this boy, it will be difficult to be beaten. So when that's why they start dodging me with the title until it became mandatory defense. So the mandatory defense, they have to win so that they can take it to their hometown. So they won, and then we're supposed to go to Puerto Rico and fight there. So we went to Puerto Rico, and then like a day or two to the fight, I was inside when my guard came in and told me that there's 2 girls outside. Am I expecting visitors? And I said no. So he went and told them that no, I'm not seeing anybody. And then they didn't allow
them to come in.
So they are forcing to come. So in fact they called the police to come in and take them away. So they took them away. So after the fight, when I finished the fight, I knocked him out in the 11th round. And then now I came and I asked the guard, where are those girls? Because, now
after you attacked the guy,
mission accomplished.
Yes,
we have to stay focused.
I'm not denying that. Oh God!
First thing first.
Oh my goodness!
Like him.
Upon all the fighters, all the people you fought, Jesse James Leija, Salvador Sanchez, Wilfredo Gomez, Jeff Fennick, that's the one I love very much, the Fennick one. Sidney Dalrobier, I remember in Accra, the only fight you ever fought in Accra. The irony of it was, I was involved at the time.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I was involved in the sense that I was then working at Standards Authority. And we were doing the drugs test. So we had to go, be there, collect the urine samples, and go back to the lab. And that day, I got to around, after the fight, we had to go and do the work then and there to give the results to show that both boxers were not induced with, at the time, the type of drugs that were on the market. So we got home around 5 a.m. And when people were like, give it to the WBC and told them, the 2 of them are clear. We'll give them every result for them. But who gave you your toughest fight?
I always say that I give it to the Mexican, Azabache Martinez.
Martinez?
Yes. I fought him twice.
Yes.
Yes. And it's very tough. Huh? He can hit and sometimes.
You see the one that you blocked a blow or
yes, sometimes when I block the punch, I can feel it in my hand, that hey, and then I'm thinking, if this punch hit my jaw, I'll sleep like 1 hour before I can realize that hey, something is going on. So fighting people like this, you have to be very careful. And because he's a good boxer, he knows the act, and I know the act. It makes the thing difficult, you know. So in between the fight, I have to set him up to knock him out. But any move that I make, he knows.
Okay.
You know, so it became difficult, you know, until we finished the rounds. We went to all the 12 rounds,
Yeah, 12
and
rounds.
then we finished, and then I won on points. And they said, no. His people say, no, he won, that. So, no. I don't like too much talking. I'll give you a rematch. You know? And I gave him a rematch, and we came back again. You know? And then we start the fight till the 12 rounds. I think 12 rounds, yes. Getting to some few minutes, I set him up and I got him. And then I started releasing the punches on him. And then he couldn't stand any fair. And then I stopped him in the 12th round.
Wow.
But after that second fight, after the fight, the doctors are pushing us, both of us,
To the hospital.
to the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's-
On the stretcher.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when they are pushing us, you know, they're pushing us closely.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. One day.
So when I turn, I'm looking at him. He's looking at
You
me.
don't look right.
You know. And then he waved. He give me a tongue, and I give him a tongue.
At the Martinez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Toughest.
Let me try and move this in forward because very soon they'll be screaming in my ear and
I
saying,
know.
"Charlie, time is going,
I
time
know,
is going."
I know.
But so here is a gentleman who has done it all. He's achieved. He's won featherweight. He's won super featherweight. He's been inducted into the Hall of Fame twice,
Yes.
2004 and 2020. What is Champ up to? And I'm asking you this because you are his PR manager.
Yeah.
You are the one who is always telling us one or two things about what he's doing. And
Yeah.
what. What you
So
doing?
there's a story about the Asabacha Martinez that he didn't capture. Cham talks about how the Mexicans always have something under their sleeves, whether you believe in spirituality or not. That during the fight, he felt a sharp.
It's with another boxer.
Oh, there was another,
that's another
Mexican
boxer.
guy.
Okay.
Another
Yeah, he fought
Mexican-
quite a few of them.
Yeah. They killed them. You know.
Wow.
And kill, and then I'm just cleared them out.
You have to line. Tell you about Kenny.
Like the Togolese guy.
Oh,
The Togolese guy.
Oh, so you want that one to come first?
Yeah, because that's a very
Champ,
interesting story.
please tell them the story.
No, the
Tell them that story.
Togolese guy, he been coming to Ghana and beating all the lightweights.
And he's a lightweight. You were featherweight.
Yes.
Very
He's
good.
beating
Folks,
all-
listen carefully. Oh. Listen carefully. There's a Togolese boxer,
Boza
Bozo Aziza.
and he is always fighting. And he's beating all the Ghanaian lightweights. Azumah, please continue.
He's beating all of the champions in this country, in the lightweight. You know. So when I was coming, you know, so Bozo Aziza, there's a promotion. They said I have to fight. You know. So, but I've turned pro. I fought like 9 or 10 fights or something. So I have to fight. So I said I'll fight Bozo Aziza.
But don't forget that he had been, every time he finishes the fight, they take the people away in ambulance.
Any time he finished the fight, what I'm saying, those who at that time they watches boxers, they know, you know. Anytime the Bozo Aziza will come to Ghana and fight. After the fight, they take the opponent with the ambulance to the hospital. Anytime Bozo Aziza come, you hear people, they go into the hospital. I say, this man. So people are saying that he uses juju, and then when the time comes that I have to fight him, you know, I said no, I'll fight him. He's a lightweight, I'll fight him. So we went to Togo to fight him, you know. So when we got there, you know, in the press conference, you know, I said, I'll beat him. I'll do, and then they asked me, so, have you heard about Azumah? Oh, I've heard about him, that small boy. I've heard about him, but they have made a big mistake for allow him to fight me this time, because it's too small. It's a young boy now coming, and well, they brought him. Okay, we'll see what will happen, So when the time comes and we went to the rink, everybody sees how how small I am, and how tough the guy is, and we start the fight. I beat this guy. I've been beating him from the first round to the 8th round. That they carry him. We're going 10 rounds.
Yeah.
They carry the guy and run away with him. They ring the bell. Nobody coming.
And folks, you may think he's cracking a joke, but he's damn serious. That is exactly what happened. This was captured in the newspapers of the era. That should tell you how old I am, because I read it very well. And so it's clear that he was born with that gift. Because for him to beat a lightweight at that time must have been some achievement.
Yeah.
But I didn't get much coverage. I said much coverage. It didn't get much. It wasn't elevated to like the way when he went and he had to fight Sweet Pea and the others. Because at that time he was still only operating within Ghana and West Africa.
Yeah.
But what is Champ doing now? What is he up to?
Champ is doing quite a number of things. You asked me earlier how I got to meet him. So I will try and summarize the story. It's 13 years ago.
Okay, time. It annoys me big time when you name a funny edifice after the greatest sports person. This is the so-called Azumah Nelson Sports Complex. I don't call it that. I call it Kaneshie Complex. I'm never going to call this. It doesn't befit the champion that we had that kept us all awake at night. And everybody was happy, even though we were going through serious harsh economics times. Yes. And you call. You know what? The best thing you need to do now is go name the Legon Stadium that is being built, the Azumah Nelson Stadium. Now that would be an appropriate edifice for him. That would be an appropriate edifice for him. So let's name the Legon whatnot and all those bottom things we are building for the AU Games. Let's name them the Azumah Nelson Stadium, Azumah Nelson Sports Complex, and not that place in Kaneshie that we get up and we call whatever it's supposed to be. Anyway.
Carl, you know something else that I discovered later on? I see.
Rollins was our manager when we were amateur. He managed us in amateur. He knows me very well, and he became my friend, my father,
mentor,
my mentor, and I go to his house anytime I just want to go. He call me anytime he want to see me, So it's like a family, So he believed in me when, especially when I was going to fight Jeff Fenech for the second time, and people said I'm going to fight because of the money that involved, So he called me and asked me that, Champ, this is what he called me, Nyemi, my brother. This is what people are saying, that you're going for the fight because of the money. I said, no. I'm not going to the fight because of the money. I'm going to knock him out. And he said, oh, if I say so, he believed it. So good luck. So, and I told him, you shouldn't worry. When we get to Australia, and when the time comes, I'll give him a call. When we are ready to enter the ring, I'll give him a call. you know. And they said, oh, okay. So when the time came, you know, we were getting ready to go to the ring. In the dressing room, I called him, and PVO Ben picked the phone, you know, and I said, okay, they should go and watch the TV. I'm going inside the ring, you know. So we spoke some more, and then we went, you know, and then the fight started, you know, and I knocked him out. I told my brother that I will knock him out in the 7th round. So he should tell me when we get to 6. I will set him up, you know. When we got to 6, my brother was so happy that he forgot about telling me, you know.
So he told you at the end of 7th round?
Yeah, so after the 6th round, after the 7th, after the 6th, he told me. I said, then I cannot knock him out in the 6th round. I have to,
one more round.
One more round. I have to set him up before. So I went in and I set him up. And then I said, okay, now I'm going to knock him out in the 8th. And I went and knocked him out in the 8th, you know. And then I came, and then we were all enjoying. President Rawlings was so happy, you know, that I mean, we need a lot of people like you in this country. You know, as a graduate, small, everything will be all right.
With so the role of TV too, did it help at the time? GTV, did they help you in your?
Well, you know, I really don't know.
Okay.
Because
I know that they made it a habit of making sure that your fights in Kwandye, your fights in Kwandye, they will always show it. They don't shine. And I'm sure Ghanaians would have bent GTV if they hadn't shown the fights.
You know, some of the fight I paid myself for
fantastic.
To watch. Yes.
Fantastic.
You know?
So, that since then, I don't want to be controversial, but I have to say, so clearly, it's like the subsequent presidents of this land have not necessarily got close to Champ.
I think